welcome to another Grit N Grime basketball podcast. We are now podding from our humble abodes. I am in Tooting, Broadway. My favorite place to be in the entire world, kind of, but not really. To my left,
hey,
I see the great Thomas Arnold. He only does no wrong.
thanks. I'll put on a t-shirt and on my CV, whatever.
I was gonna say.
And below me, hello down there.
Hey.
Michael Downey.
All right. How are we doing?
Good day.
So, I'm doing well. I hope you're all doing well. Do you know what else is doing well? The NBA is doing well. The NBA is underway in the bubble. I wasn't sure they were gonna actually get it done. I don't know how you guys felt, but there were times when I thought this just isn't gonna work. Did you guys ever have doubts as to whether it would get done or not?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for this season, I really thought they were just going to end it sort of at the point it went into lockdown, essentially. I just, especially with the way that it's been in the States, it just hasn't seemed like it's gotten to sort of the similar point where we have in Europe, where we allowed football to come back. So I was surprised. I am surprised continually.
Yeah. So, Tom, what did you think? Were you always sure we'd get to this point?
No, not at all. I think especially back in, what was it, April, May, when other leagues just point blank stopped. They just would not come back. You know, the French league did that, the BBL did that, but there were other leagues who kind of reorganized themselves and organized their own bubbles. So I think the German league and the Spanish league did that. So there was always, two ways of doing it. I'm still a bit confused to why they chose Florida of all places, because it's one of the epicenter of the outbreak over there. I guess it's obviously because Disney World is there and it's one of the few places when you can organize comfortably, having all the players staying in hotels and being super close to the arena. So yeah, I wasn't sure it would come back. It still feels a bit weird. I don't know if you guys been watching football at all, but it just feels weird. It doesn't feel like it's the league at all, or if it's professional sport.
Friendly games.
No, it's just friendly games, yeah. But the thing I felt, it was a bit the strangest things for me was, especially again alluding to football, it's just like when I started watching the first few games, my head wasn't really in it. Like it felt almost wrong to watch it. I was like, because there's other bigger things that are happening in the world more important. And watching that, I was like, do we need this? But turns out, you do get used to all the changes and the way it's looking on TV, and yeah, why not having it back? If it works, if no one gets, no one's infected, everything in the system works, why not?
Yeah. Well, that was a big topic amongst the players, wasn't it, as to whether the league should come back. There was the much spoken about meeting between I think it was about 90 players. Kyrie appears to be one of the bigger influences on that meeting, as part of the Players Association, asking players if they wanted to just basically agree for the league to come back, but then just say that we're not coming back type of thing. Like to make a statement to the NBA and to the fans of the NBA that the social injustice, the Black Lives Matter movement is bigger than basketball, and that some of them felt that they shouldn't be playing as a distraction from the progress that was being made and the attention that was being drawn to that movement. So now sounds like a good time as any to say rest in peace Ahmaud Arbery, rest in peace George Floyd, and rest in peace Breonna Taylor. Her killers are still on the loose.
Yeah, I know we're going to sort of talk about it at length on a later episode, but yeah, it's fully understandable that people want to give that 100% of their attention. Yeah, I do think this gives them a good platform, but also taking you away from your own community and stuff like that, it's definitely going to be a tough choice for some people. So I'm glad that they took the time to sort of consider that properly.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea to hold a meeting and definitely see where everybody stands on it. I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer for it really, because it's like, do you want to use that platform, or do you want to try and if you're not playing basketball, if you're not using that platform to send a message, what can you do? Which is also a great way of looking at it. Not coming back is also making taking a stand and saying, well, look, that sense. But I think to me, both options were right. There was no wrong for me to go. I don't know if you guys feel differently, but it's like they could use both ways of expressing themselves, basically.
Yeah, so, you can. It's just down to how you want to do it and how you want to go about it, right?
Yeah.
So the league has gone ahead. The talk of talk inside the bubble initially was about the food.
Yeah.
And what was given to the players. A lot of complaints, a lot of people seemingly very, very used to a certain type of lifestyle.
Having the chef.
And then it moved to who has a balcony and who doesn't have a balcony.
I
Right?
missed this. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, it's the class system. Yeah, man. It's the class system inside the bubble.
Yeah.
If you earn this much,
it was pretty much like that. It's like, if you don't earn shit, you're like in the basement, and then LeBron is at the top with the nice ocean view or whatever.
He's in the castle.
Yeah, in the castle. Mickey's castle.
Apparently he has like a whole wing.
Yeah.
I bet he does.
Well, of course he does. Of course he does.
He's got whatever he requested is what he's got.
Yeah, but
the fire festival food comparisons were just
so on point.
And this is just aside from this, like this is the sort of bullshit that I've kind of missed. Is all the extra stuff that because you have this like big hole of like sort of what do you call it? Media and sort of entertainment, it sucks away so much. It's not just the actual on the court stuff. It does take away a lot of extras.
Yeah, for sure. There's a whole culture around it, isn't it? There's a whole culture around the league, and players have been like doing short videos on social media and things like that. JaVale's done one. Other players are streaming from inside the bubble, so they'll set up a Twitch stream and do that. I think Josh Hart is on one, and Myers Leonard, the Michael Downey lookalike, is on one as well.
Yeah.
Handsome guy, man. Handsome guy.
But I mean, not all players have the same lifestyle. We have Kemba Walker saying that the bubble's going to be fine for him. All he does is stay at home anyway. So it's going to be the same thing he does round the clock all the time. But talk of food has kind of led to some players wanting to go outside the bubble and partake in some savory activities, apparently. Wings.
Spicy.
For food, yeah, for
spicy.
food.
Yeah, I mean, I should be specific. Lou Williams had a family, serious family issue, which is why he left the bubble. Players that leave the bubble, as he did, as Montrezl Harrell had to, as Patrick Beverley had to, as who's the other one? Zion Williamson had to. Yes, Williamson. For some reason, halfway through the word, I was like, hold on a sec. Is there a son on the end of this? As Zion Williamson had to. they have to get themselves tested every single day. And then providing they don't break any of the major rules, which is like being around more than X number of people or not wearing a mask when they're around people. If they don't break those rules, they come back and do a 4-day quarantine before joining the normal pool. But we had a rule breaker.
In the best way. Like, if you're going to do it, then do it, man.
Only Lou Will could break the rules in this way, man. So, Lou Williams of the LA Clippers decided to, while he was outside the bubble, take a trip to Magic City, man.
Magic City.
He had to hit the club, where apparently he has wings named after him.
He just got confused. He was looking for Magic Kingdom. He took the wrong turn.
It's confusing, man.
It's easy
they all
to
have
do.
the same name.
Do.
Yeah, right? That's what happened to Donald Sterling's girlfriend. She was looking for Magic City, and she ended up with Magic Johnson.
Easy mistake to make.
Easy mistake, yeah. You get it. So
a picture came out of him in Magic City with a mask on, to his credit, picking up. What's the problem, Mike? That's significant.
It's important.
How was he eating wings with a mask
off like Future? He wasn't eating them. He was picking them up.
Oh, takeaway. Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Takeaway, yeah.
Those places were, doing takeaways. I mean, that's.
Well, this is where.
Surely they want the customers to stay in.
Got to enjoy the fuel income in these times.
He's no ordinary customer. This is
true.
The coolest customer you ever met. This is a guy that had 2 girlfriends who knew about each other and were cool with it. And he's not even a polygamist, Tom.
I know.
I mean, there should be a separate set of rules for Lou Will. So it was picking up the wings. There's a picture of him doing it. He was wearing a mask, and when he comes back, he has to quarantine for 4 days, and then I think +6. I think it's
+6. Yeah, is it +4 or +6, something like that?
I think it's +6. So as I was saying, Lou Will left, and from the players' perspective, they are wondering why it seems like he was punished for breaking the rules rather than just having the necessary quarantine time for the time that he spent away. And comparing that to the NBA's perspective, which is we don't know what else you were doing. We don't know how much we can trust what else you were doing. And we're going to give you the maximum quarantine time because of it.
But
Where do you guys fall on that?
I think you were saying something about it looks, the players, from the players' perspective, that they would think the NBA is not respecting them or not thinking they're responsible or trusting them. Yeah, I think because it is still a pandemic, so you can't just if you're gonna have an excuse, whatever that reason or excuse might be to get out of the bubble. When you get out of the bubble, you kind of put yourself and others in danger, or exposing anybody else. So you kind of have to be responsible that way. Like any other situation, I'll say, okay, fine. You say you're going for a family issue or whatever. Yeah, cool. If you're gonna go to a strip club after that, why not? But because it's such a, what I would assume is a small, enclosed area and full of people that you don't even know who was in there.
Seedy,
not clean.
Sweaty is what I was thinking.
Unclean.
So heavy breathing.
If I think it would be different if, because I think Coach Rivers said himself that he didn't know that he went there, like that wasn't on the menu for, if I can say.
No. He didn't. He didn't request to leave for a funeral and Magic City.
Had he be like, if it was made clear that, okay, I'm going to go to that family event, it's it's a sad one. So yeah, cool. And then on my way back, I'll grab some wings, or I'll stop somewhere that might be on the list of what you could say is kind of at higher risk of catching a virus. Then it would have gone, okay, fine, do what you have to do. But then because he wasn't announced, and then it first popped up on social media, which is even worse, then you can't expect the NBA to sit down and say, oh well, that's fine. They will, they will go the extra mile to make sure that the guy is. It's a soft punishment, I think. It's not, you're getting banned for a bunch of games. It's like, you're gonna miss the last 2 regular season games. I think that's what he's missing.
It probably is only 2, because it's what, 6 days. I think they're playing every other day.
Yeah.
But something like that. He'll miss a couple of games.
And I think it's more of an issue in the long run for him, because he's not all that young anymore. And they've stopped for a while now. Okay, so they may have played some pickup games or stay fit at home, but then you always run the risk of getting injured again, especially now when you have to get back into that rhythm. I always go on about the rhythm. And you need to get your body ready to play again, 5-on-5 full court. We all know how difficult that is. And then so you add more time away from the court, time away from the gym for him. It's going to have to stay in his bedroom, basically, in his hotel room. It's not going anywhere. So not only he's not going to be able to play for the first couple of games and a few more after that, he's going to have to come back and get up to speed with the rest of the team. And that's double punishment, I think.
Yeah, and that's for a team that has already had disruptions with Patrick Beverley having to leave the team and Montrezl Harrell having to leave the team. And it's the same Clippers team that we've been saying all year need to build chemistry at some point, because with the load management, with Kawhi and the injury to Paul George to start the season, they just haven't played lots of games together as a team.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do. He's trying to get some wings, bring them back to the hotel and go, hey, let's go downstairs and I'll share some wings.
Build some chemistry.
Yeah, build some chemistry. Team spirit,
Yeah, I mean, is it punitive, or is it sort of them being safe? It's kind of both, right? Yeah. Like it's I think everybody's aware that the whole bubble situation kind of hangs on a thread.
Yeah.
And I imagine this whole situation is costing quite a lot of money if they don't manage to make it back from TV revenue, if something sort of happens that sort of disrupts it. That's not going to make a lot of people very happy.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Silver has said that on this whole thing, the league is basically going to break even this season.
All right.
So with the lost revenue from what seems like an age ago when we started the season, with the Daryl Morey tweet, the China situation, the league lost a lot of money on that. And then, with the league having to stop for lockdown, they've actually plowed a lot of money into actually finishing the season. So the TV revenue that they do get will actually end up having them break even.
And they're not getting any in-stadium cash.
Yeah, no fans, no hot dog money. Damn, that hot dog money's good.
That makes all the difference, man. That hot dog money.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. But I think ultimately, whether they feel like he's been made an example of or not, I don't think we're going to have many more issues like this going forwards, at least not in the beginning. I think it will be a while before people might get desperate later on. I said it and then I was like, actually, after 2 months,
well, maybe they should build a strip club and a chicken joint inside.
Why doesn't Disney World have one already?
There's a barber shop. There's it's like the 2K village. Just build a strip club in there.
Backstreet Princesses.
It's not your turn for the ride, kid. Stay outside. Wait for that to come out. Yeah.
I didn't know Disney World was this big. Do you know that the MLS are there as well.
Yeah. There's another league there, the
serious?
MLS.
Yeah, the MLS bubble is in that place as well.
Where's the WNBA bubble? Is that also in Disney?
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Let's look that up whilst you.
Whilst I riff. So there's lots of new things going on now. LeBron has grays in his beard now, just so that we know that he's the washed king. What else is new? Antetokounmpo brothers can come together and play Uno in the bubble.
Yep.
As they couldn't before, with two of them being on Milwaukee and one of them being on the Lakers. And the third thing is another three. Ben Simmons.
Hey.
Taken 2 3-pointers so far in the scrimmage, as far as I remember.
And made one.
Made one from the corner. He opened up about this. I don't know if you guys saw the special he did, where he basically said he went to see a psychologist to just sort of sort through his apprehension, his anxiety about shooting threes. He
should send James Harden to pass the ball. Stop dribbling. Sorry.
He can shoot threes and has been able to shoot threes for a while now. Like, I remember seeing videos. I think it was it last summer or the summer before, where he was in a practice facility shooting with a coach and he nailed like 9 in a row. And from then I thought, oh, okay, so he's going to come into the season and shoot some threes. And then he didn't. And then last summer, a similar thing happened. And again, we thought he was going to start shooting threes. He hit the one in preseason. We thought, oh, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. And he literally didn't shoot any for the first 3 months or whatever. Now he has said that he's going to try. He said what held him back was that he wanted to be a 40% shooter straight out the gate. And he felt like if he started shooting now, he would be a 30% shooter. That's what he said earlier this season.
It's stupid.
That's a weird reasoning.
As a 95% shooter myself from above the rim, we know, like, as people that have played the sport of basketball, you just have to do things. Doing things in games is different to doing things in practice.
Yep.
And also you're just not going to be really, really good at something the first time you do it in a game.
That's true.
That's just not, unless you've done it in competitive situations over and over again. But now it seems like he's turning the corner. What do you guys think? Do you think this is another false start? Or do you think this is him turning the corner?
Oof. I mean, it's hard to say until he does it, really. But if that was his mentality before, and he's trying to break that, and it's kind of more in his own head, in his own expectations, that can be broken. That can be sort of realigned. And we have seen players do this sort of thing before. It's not impossible. So I hope that it is. I just hope that he's able to do it very quickly, because when it comes to the playoffs, if defenders are able to just stand way off you, if they know that you're not going to take that, it's so damaging to your team's game. It would be so beneficial if he resolves it before the playoffs.
Yeah, if he brings that skill into the playoffs, then it's a different ball game for your team. Because now they're gonna have to respect him. You know, can he do it on rainy nights in the playoffs? You know, can he? I don't know. I just hope, because what was it? How many scrimmage games have they played now? Just 1, 2? The Sixers.
Sixers.
It's just the one, isn't it?
Played one.
I think it's just one for Philly.
So I want to see if it's just going to be a one-off or if he's just going to carry on that before passing judgment. But if he can start shooting during the playoffs, then geez, that's going to be a scary sight, you know. Especially for my Knicks on the East.
Yeah. You don't want it to be still in the experimentation phase. It's going to be.
True. It's going to have to be now. Yeah. He's left it this late.
To at least be a little bit established before then.
Mm.
Or maybe you don't. Maybe it can be like a secret weapon. Just
game winner.
Very young. Yeah. I don't know. It could be I think that's pretty much the one thing that is missing from his game, right? The one glaring.
Well, that's it.
The rest he does very well, you know. So
yeah.
Start shooting threes.
It's so glaring.
Yeah, start shooting threes, then we're all in trouble. You know, he's that good.
Yeah.
I just hope it's quite interesting the psychological side of it. I think it's quite something. I think we talked about it between us, but I don't think that's something that's kind of mentioned a lot in terms of mental blockages and you convince yourself you can't do something. I guess if on a daily basis you see it online also, you know, if it's already in the back of your head, back of your mind, and then you see it online that, oh, well, you know, he can't shoot, he won't shoot, and then, you know, there's no point in defending Simmons too high, pressing him, you know, it's then I'm sure after a while you just start believing it, you know. I'm sure he's shown that he can shoot threes in training sessions and over the summer, so it's not like he's discovering something. So he just needs to get over the hump and start shooting. I mean, there's not, you know, it's not. I don't think it would be that detrimental to the team if he starts like taking 1 or 2 threes a game. You know, that's not a massive ask.
It can't be, even if they're misses. The fact that he's taken them, suggests that they could go in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that it changes the attitude to the game. You know, it changes the attitude and the way the defenders are looking at him from then on. You know, if he takes 3 a game, even if you make 1 out of 3s to 33%, that's fine. It's not the greatest, but that's still a fair, you know, something you bring to the offense. So I don't know why you would not try and, you know, he's wide open pretty much all the time. So just do it.
Yeah, and I doubt, very, very, very much doubt he'll be a 40% shooter. Like, there's very few players in the league who are 40% shooters. So waiting to get to that point is very unrealistic. Like,
waiting by not shooting in competitive games.
Exactly.
You know, it's like that. It's you're already in a vicious circle. You know, it's like a catch-22 situation. Like, you know, unless you start shooting, you know.
But again, like this can open stuff up for him as well as the rest of his team. Like, if your defender knows that you're going to drive in and put up a hook shot, like, then they can sort of get themselves into position for that. But if they have the doubt that you might just pull up, then it just changes the whole approach, as Tom was saying.
Yeah, and then also the Sixers have moved him to power forward. So they're starting Shake Milton at the point.
Dude,
so
at this
more shooting in the starting lineup.
At this point of time, positions don't mean shit in the NBA, I think. You know.
So true.
Jokic was point guard the other day.
So when
Nuggets line up.
Nuggets, Rockets would be fantastic.
That'd be so awesome if they do that. If they actually play their big lineup in the playoffs, the Nuggets.
It would be
that
so
would be
fun.
ridiculous. I think that's all she wrote. What I did want to do before we clocked off was just go rapid fire on some predictions.
Yay.
I'm not even going to let you see the schedule up front. For the resumption, let me just find it.
So what's the first game again? It's New Orleans Jazz, right?
Jazz.
Spoiler alert. All right. Yes, they're starting this Thursday, 11:30 p.m. in the UK.
Yep.
So first game is Utah, New Orleans Pelicans. Who you got, Tom?
Jazz, of course.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, Zion's not going to be there for the Pelicans as well. We need to see how mended the relationship between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert is.
Apparently, they're best friends again. They're best friends again.
Best friends.
Mitchell said it.
Best friends.
They've been licking door handles together. You know.
Oh my God.
Nothing's. That's what you do, right?
Do you remember? You remember like all those months ago when that was a thing.
Still a thing. They're not friends. I don't believe it.
Yeah, the
reconcilable differences.
The Jazz, the better team. So
I'm going New Orleans. Wow. JJ Redick shooting in an
take.
empty gym. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. The next day, Lakers, Clippers, or Clippers, Lakers. Laker home game. Ooh, in the bubble.
Oh, sweet Lou.
Mike, who you got?
I'm gonna take the Clippers.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Clippers. I mean, I know that LeBron stays on it, but I believe that when they played previously, the Clippers have kind of outplayed them.
Yeah, but I think
Tom,
I
who you
think
got?
The Clippers are a bit. They're missing a bunch of players, and I think LeBron is gonna be in playoff modes already, and they've got JR. So.
Oh, come on.
And Dion Waiters as well, right?
And Waiters, like I mean, the freaking dressing rooms must be amazing. It must be such a sight. No,
is Lance Stevenson still there? Have they got
No,
he's gone.
That would be nah. JaVale is though.
Okay, all right.
Who hit a 3 as well? So him and Simmons are going at it. Who you got, Tom? Who you got?
So who's playing now? Who's that?
Lakers, Clippers.
Oh, still Lakers, Clippers. No, I'm Lakers, of course. Lakers.
I got Lakers, man.
Lakers by 20.
So you should. You should.
I am not watching this. Orlando versus Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Ooh. I'm taking Orlando. Brooklyn have a shell of a team out there.
They've got no one.
I was gonna say who's actually even playing for Brooklyn?
Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
Cool.
I heard rumors. They're about to sign Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett again, just for low. They've got no one else.
It worked so well the first time.
Big three.
Give them the Supermax.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for Orlando as well because I think the Nets is just like you said, it's like an empty shell at this point. It's just re-signed players.
Yeah. You say that, but remember last year before Kyrie and everybody was there, and they were actually good. I like that.
Who you got?
I'll take the Nets.
But they've changed coach though. They don't have the same coach anymore. Adkins is gone.
I've said I will go with the Nets, Tom.
Yeah, all right.
Don't bring your logic around.
All right. 3 more games. Ja Morant is back.
Yes.
Memphis versus Portland. Big one for the 8th seed in the West.
Oof. This is Friday.
Back to you, Mike. Yes, this is all this is Friday. Sorry, the only Thursday game is the first one. Utah, New Orleans.
Yep. All right, that is big. Oof, I'm going game time, Dame.
Oh, Dame time. Tom, who you going?
Damn right. Same. I think they're on a mission. They'll destroy everything and everyone they'll play.
Yep, Nurkic is back.
Yep.
Beef with Ibaka.
Mm-hmm.
Ibaka's always in some beef.
Yep.
Oh man, do we even have to do this one? Phoenix, Washington. Can we skip it?
Oh god, no one's gonna watch that. Seriously.
I'm going Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix gone.
I don't care.
No one cares.
I'll go Washington.
That's it.
They also don't have a team. Boston, Milwaukee.
No.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
I'm gonna go Boston.
Ooh,
I think this is. Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna stay Bucks.
Yeah. I think this is where you're gonna see the superior coaching sort of come into its own.
Mike Bud's better. Should we do Saturday? That's a lot of games for Saturday.
Well, give us a couple, the biggest ones.
All right. The big games on Saturday. So we'll go Houston, Dallas.
It's your boy, Tom.
Dallas, of course. I mean, hello.
You see the way his face lights up. You see, now you can't even hide it from the fans. I just say Dow and look at him shining.
Look at.
I'm quite curious to see Skinny Harden, and he's already been putting in the work for the scrimmages.
He doesn't look that skinny. I've seen. Is it the uniform? I don't know.
Slim Harden.
Not really, no.
I'm going to take Houston.
Ugh.
Me too.
Ugh.
Ooh, although I don't know, man. Westbrook had the Rona. It's a tough one. Yeah, I'll stay Houston. We'll see what happens. And Tom, you sticking with your boy?
I'm sticking with Dallas, of course. I mean, why would I ever pick Rockets?
Let's see here. Miami, Denver. Tough one to pick.
Tough one there. Oof.
I don't have faith in Denver and their lack of players. So I'm going to go Miami. I think they'll be better prepared.
I think Miami might be the kind of the dark horse in that one. You know, they might be the sleepers team. You know, like the ones that no one's expecting. Could be them.
Culture.
So, yeah, like I think. Yeah, I'm taking Miami on that one.
I do think that Miami, as you said, the culture at the Heat, they would have been keeping each other going and grinding during the off season. Do we call it an off season?
A long summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like Denver. I kind of want them to do well. So I'll go for Denver.
Okay. We'll do two more. Lakers, Toronto.
Of course, Lakers. Of course.
It's in Toronto.
Can't have the champs. Can't have the champs. Yeah, I'll take Lakers.
I'm not sure about this one. I think the Raptors are a serious matchup problem for the Lakers. They have so many players that can guard LeBron. It's unbelievable.
That's true.
So I'm gonna go Raptors. And the last one, Portland versus Boston. Boston still fighting for seeding. Portland trying to get in the mix.
Portland's gonna go undefeated. So Portland
8-0.
They have to pull it out.
Yeah, they have to, and they will.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. I'll go with you on that.
Ooh.
I'm going green, baby. I'm going green.
Go green. Ooh.
Wow, Lakers fan going green.
Who's gonna guard Tatum?
Someone taller than him.
Yeah, I like that wing rotation they have over there. I think Portland are gonna really struggle with that. Yeah, and they have good perimeter defense for Portland's backcourt. So that is that. That concludes our comeback episode of the Grit and Grime Basketball Pod. Make your own predictions at home. Tell us we're wrong about ours. Leave us a 5-star review if you want to give other feedback. Email us or something, or hit us up on social media at Grit and Grime Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can find the podcast on all podcast apps. I think that's it. I think that's all.
Yo.
So from me, David Sago, from Thomas Arnold,
Good night.
and from Michael Downey.
Good night.
We are out of here.
God.